Congratulations to Africa. My people, please watch this video to the end and hear the interview of this 14th African president. African leaders are now waking up. These are the things we want to be hearing from the leaders concerning one Africa, one military, one president issue. Now, how they interview this 14th president in Africa, they all bring nice idea concerning about that one people for Africa now. Congratulations to Africa. Watch the video to the end and hear the nice ideas they share on this interview. And write congratulations to Africa or comment your country on the comment box. Let us watch the video.
This summit focused on the Afro Gold Day 1 rollout, aka the gold-backed continental currency, the launch of One Africa government, and a fundamental governance shift, where heads of state will soon become regional governors under a unified continental framework. South Africa. President Cyril Ramaphosa, we're doing this not just for South Africa, but for 1.5 billion Africans. President Ramaphosa reaffirmed South Africa's commitment to support the gold reserves of AfroGold. On the transition to regional governor, it's not a demotion, it's a promotion, from national leader to continental statesman. Ramaphosa joked to Chairman Shadow, "Next February, Governor Ramaphosa. But don't worry, I'll still host G20." Ramaphosa's caution, ensuring fiscal discipline at a continental level, guarding against misuse of centralized monetary power. Rwanda. President Paul Kagame, Africa's youth are watching, and they expect us to deliver. Kagame revealed Kigali will spearhead the AfroGold blockchain clearinghouse. He was adamant, we must sacrifice for the future. The youth deserve this. He celebrated the governor role as representative, not symbolic, but warned, a continent unified by gold but fractured by trust isn't unity at all. Kenya. President William Ruto, we can't half-build this project anymore. Ruto confirmed Kenya has integrated PAPSS blockchain in trial mode, backing AfroGold digitally. He quipped, I joked with Shadow, everyone get a governor suitcase. But he emphasized, one Africa means one train. If one carriage lags, the whole line slows. Egypt. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. Egypt is ancient, but this Africa must be newer and stronger. Egypt offered to coordinate water and infrastructural initiatives under the continental framework. El-Sisi added, as governor, I'm taking a small salary. This is sacrifice for legacy. He pushed for federal flexibility. Centralization must be balanced by regional autonomy. Djibouti. President Ismail Omar Guelleh, represented by Foreign Minister Mahmoud Ali Yusuf. Africa must stop whispering and start speaking with one continental voice. Yusuf's team has drafted AU charter amendments to elevate citizens' rights under the One Africa government. He recommended term structure clarity. 5 years gives real time to build infrastructure. 1 year is a flash, for the presidency maybe, but for governors, 2 5-year terms make sense. Uganda. President Yoweri Museveni. Small nations decide if this works. Uganda will co-lead a Pan-African SME Empowerment Council. Museveni noted, we're sacrificing the presidency's title, but gaining dignity when farmers trade directly in AfroGold. He cautioned, central power breeds resentment. Local capacity must stay strong. Dr. Congo. President Felix Tshisekedi. We have resources, and now we demand justice. Tshisekedi committed DRC's mining output as collateral to back AfroGold reserves. He joked, if I'm governor DRC, I'll still host the next continental summit. But he urged rigorous oversight. Power must be checked. CGRA audits must be independent. Ghana. President John Dramani Mahama. Finally, Pan-African unity is more than slogans. Mahama announced Accra as a One Africa Innovation Center. On becoming governor, it's stepping down, yet stepping into an African home. He stressed representation. Small countries need real voting weight in the Continental Bank. Zambia. President Hakainde Hichilema. We lead with action, not applause. Zambia will trial AfroGold sovereign development bonds. Hichilema declared, I'm good with governor if it brings real change. But he urged caution. If any region drifts, federal mechanisms must bring cohesion. Senegal. President Bassirou Diomaye Faye. Day one policy must define us. Senegal is advancing maritime court systems and regional trade frameworks. Faye noted, signing was easy. Implementation is the real test. On governance terms, 1-year poetry for AU chair, but we must now consider 3 to 4-year terms for real continental leadership. Governors are already capped at 2 5-year terms. Sudan, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, we must heal while we unify. Representing a nation rebuilding from division, Burhan called for educational equity and federal representation. On governance, I'll gladly be governor for peace, but local systems must stay strong. Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is our continent's reset. Tinubu confirmed leadership over the Continental Defense Authority. On stepping down, president to governor, I'll serve wherever needed. He advocated term extension. A 3 to 4-year term makes more sense than 12 months for the presidency of One Africa government. As governors, we already accept 5-year term structures. Morocco, King Mohammed VI, via official envoy. Morocco's future is Africa's future. The envoy announced Morocco's full integration across Afrogold, tourism, and security. Unity, they stressed, is inclusion, not replication. Mozambique, President Daniel Chapo, we just elected a new government. Now we step up to continental leadership. Chapo shared that Maputo will boost connectivity projects. On taking the title, governor role shows alignment, precursor to real power later. Chairman Shadow's insider recap. These aren't PR lines. These are heads of state speaking in truth. They're giving up national status, but earning continental legacy. They laughed, they shared serious warnings, and most agreed. Governors will serve for up to 2 terms of 5 years each, while the continental presidency must move beyond 1-year rotations if Africa is to move forward. Key concerns raised. Governor term structure. Finalized 2 terms maximum, each lasting 5 years, to allow deep infrastructural development. Presidency term concern. Calls growing to extend the One Africa government presidency from 1 year to at least 3 to 4 years to ensure implementation strength. Regional equality. Smaller nations demand assured representation in economic institutions. Oversight. Checks and balances needed. Audits, textbooks, CGRS. Trust. Integration demands trust far deeper than currency or title. What this means for Africa. Unified economy. A digital gold-backed currency uniting trade, finance, and policy.